Saturday edition of Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined again by Ian Lenton. Good to have you with us again, Ian.
Yeah, pleasure to be here, Adam. Great to be back again. Hopefully we find some winners. Got a good card of racing.
Well, a really good card of racing, and what's going to make it even more interesting is the conditions that we're expecting on Saturday. Not some great weather for Perth, so it certainly throws a little curveball into the mix.
Yeah, we haven't had anything like this for some time, so we have to really get our wet weather form back into the right category, because at the moment we've had some just fantastic weather leading into this.
We certainly have. Well, we do have the 8 races and some brilliant races, as Ian touched upon and mentioned there. 1 o'clock start, the movable rail is out 3 metres. We are expecting 27 degrees and thunderstorms, so there is a high possibility of rain and also some strong winds as well. So at the moment the track is a good 3, the penetrometer is 6.4, but wait on them and do expect some changes with the rain that we're going to get on Friday and then Saturday as well. Let's get straight into the card, and the first race we're going to take a look at is over 1,200 metres, as I said, scheduled to commence at 1 o'clock, and a really interesting race as well. The likes of Dewton now, with Jordan Turner claiming, means it comes right into this race, and then we've also got some horses in form like Inoc and Our Brucey Bonus both coming in off wins.
Yeah, that's right. Look, Dewton certainly is the weight special of the day, in my opinion. Been racing in a much higher class, and with that claim really comes into considerations here. But of course, as you mentioned, the great form of Inoc and Our Brucey Bonus, they just keep giving.
Well, that's where we're going to start to take a look at our replay. So let's take a look at Inoc winning last start again to make it 2 victories from the last 3 starts.
Putting in his run with Yocto, Grand Reward in the middle, and they're being followed further back by Royal Rada, but it's Inoc and Point to the Sky by the 200. Locked together from Strictly Boardroom, Lost Heritage and then Grand Reward. Inoc beats off Point to the Sky, but Strictly Boardroom's closing. He comes at Inoc. Inoc, Strictly Boardroom went to the line, little in it. Nearly a dead heat between them. Absolutely nothing between Inoc and Strictly Boardroom.
Another great lead and win victory by Inoc there. Now another horse, as we mentioned, that's in fantastic form is Our Brucey Bonus. We can look at its last win on the 28th of February at Ascot.
Top of the straight, leads by a length and a half. Star Mac, Military Might, full steam ahead. Night Prowler gets up on the inside, and the rest not really doing enough at the moment, although Our Brucey Bonus running on. Night Prowler got an inside run to hit the front. Our Brucey Bonus is coming home hard though. Our Brucey Bonus got to Night Prowler, and Our Brucey Bonus comes away to beat Night Prowler, third Military Might.
As you mentioned there, Ian, a really good win by Our Brucey Bonus. Had the form lines before behind She's a Virtue, competed against Shayla as well in this campaign, and got the win that I thought was well deserved. And since then, we've seen Night Prowler, which came second in that race, come out and win as well. So the form lines are really strong. Now, for this first race, we have tipped the same 4 numbers, different order, but we've got Dewton on top. Tell us why you think Dewton's a good way to start the day.
Yeah, I think historically it peaks about third up in its campaigns, and also the first couple of runs so far have been pretty good. It's just been carrying too much weight, and it's been in a very high class of racing. Comes in with a 56.5 kilograms here. That's a luxury. This horse is very adept carrying those kind of weights at this level. I think it is the one to beat and one of the best bets of the day.
Certainly been backed in, open at $9 on some markets. You will not see that anymore. I think we'll be seeing it jump probably as favourite in the end. So if you got that, congratulations on the small win early. The second horse that we both got in there is number 4, Inoc. We saw the replays, obviously now going with just 54.5 kilos. My only concern about Inoc is being in barrier 5. We've seen it jump from out wide and it's able to work into it. If it doesn't get away cleanly, it may be in a little bit of trouble early.
Yeah, it depends how much pressure will come across. I don't think there's too much. I think Inoc will find the front reasonably comfortable. My concern is Inoc is an inconsistent horse. We all know that. That's why we get the good prices around Inoc. So just watch what price you take.
Number 5, Our Brucey Bonus. Again, we saw the replay there and we discussed that the form lines are holding up. 55.5 kilos.
Yeah, it's a career low weight for Our Brucey Bonus. But my concern is this is, I think, probably one of the hardest fields it will ever have to take on. I'm really not convinced about the form lines that it's come compared to the level of this, despite them proving themselves at a later date. It's in the mix.
And the final horse that we both got in is number 6, Fonzarelli. Justin Warwick trained. Lucy Warwick, great to see her back riding in the West as well. So just 52 kilos. The blinkers go on and it comes out of the listed Bunbury Stakes.
Yeah, that's right. Look, 50 starts. This is an equal low weight for Fonzarelli. Blinkers go on, drawn well. It should be able to compete if it's anywhere near its top fitness.
Okay, so selections for race number 1, the Westminster National Business Finance Handicap over 1,200 metres. I'm going with number 1, Dewton on top. From number 6, Fonzarelli. Number 5, Our Brucey Bonus. And number 4, Inoc.
Yeah, 1 Dewton for me. From number 4, Inoc, number 6, Fonzarelli, and the 5, Our Brucey Bonus.
Race number 2, it's Perth race number 5 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,600 metres and it's scheduled to commence at 1:40. And some interesting form lines coming into this race, some horses that have been going against each other. But Paseo del Prado has been in very nice form. Right honourable winner 2 starts ago and second last start. And Flying Force continues to surprise us this campaign as well. So it looks to be a pretty even race.
Yeah, it is. There's certainly a few improvers. You mentioned Flying Force. This is the career best campaign for it. And Step Right Up should be somewhere near the mix as well. Look, Right Honourable will be the leader here. It was a fantastic lead and win victory 2 starts prior and was just run down the other day.
Well, let's have a look at that replay that you mentioned there, Ian. As you said, a winner 2 starts ago, beat back to a walk by 1.8 lengths, which is one since.
Right Honourable in front on the bend. Paseo del Prado is giving chase in second place, but the leader got away. Carry the Nation is down the outside, inside the 200, and it's Right Honourable still in front of Carry the Nation down the outside. Paseo del Prado can't go on, and it's Carry the Nation racing to Right Honourable, hitting the front, then Paseo del Prado, but Carry the Nation comes away to win 3/4 to Right Honourable. A length and a half away third, Paseo del Prado had every possible chance.
Yeah, such a terrific lead win victory by Right Honourable there. Once it gets into its rhythm, it's incredibly hard to run down. My concern is the 1600 metres. It hasn't won above the 1500 metres yet. Only had the 2 attempts, but I just think it's at the limit of its distance.
Okay, so we both tipped number 2, Paseo del Prado, on top here. Jordan Turner to ride as well, so goes around with just 55.5 kilos. It carried that when it was beaten only 2 lengths by Carry the Nation as well, and for me, this is a weaker field.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I think it's a pretty safe way to go in this field. It's got a good barrier, the good claim with Jordan Turner, and the form lines are strong as well. Should be able to handle this distance as well.
Yeah, as you said, 5 attempts at distance for 2 victories and a second. Well, from there, the only other horse that we both got in that we agree upon is number 10, Step Right Up. It's been consistent, hasn't it? And again, with McGrady riding the 55 kilos, it looks to be a race where it might get a chance to run on late.
Yeah, it got too far back last start. I think from that barrier, it can probably sit into about midfield, and from there, it should be a threat. 55 kilograms, that's a good amount for competing in this field.
Okay, give us your other 2 horses that you've got in your 4 and a quick reason why.
Yeah, I'm putting 1 Ram Jam in there. The trial really was disappointing, but we shouldn't read too much into them. Its historical form is much better than that and should be able to compete if it's anywhere near its peak fitness. And number 5, Brother Patrick. I think this is really well weighted. Lucy Warwick has a great record on this galloper now. She's back in Perth, but still hasn't placed at the track. I'm 2, 1, 10 and 5, Adam.
Tell you, if it rains as well, Brother Patrick doesn't mind that. I remember backing it when it was absolutely bucketing down in last campaign as well. So that'll be one that I'll be keeping an eye on if the rain does come, Brother Patrick. I've thrown in number 4, Right Honourable, as we've touched upon. I just think, although the 1600 isn't ideal, it'll be able to stream across out in front and might just be able to hold on. I've also thrown in number 7, Flying Force. A career best campaign so far, is one at the 1400, one at the 18, placed at the 16 as well. So comes back from the 18 to the 16, which is ideal. Still got 55 kilos. Sean O'Donnell's riding very well. Always rides well for Paula Wag as well. A very nice combination there. So I've thrown that in. So selections for race number 2. I'm going with number 2, Paseo del Prado. From number 10, Step Right Up. Number 4, Right Honourable. And number 7, Flying Force.
Yep, 2, 1, 10 and 5, 2 Paseo del Prado. Safe way to go.
Race number 3, it's Perth. Race number 7 for our Singapore viewers. Scheduled to commence at 2:20 and it's over 1,000 metres. And we get a very strong and competitive race. And we also have 3 horses of Marchand, Bangkok Express and Seeker, which all come in off recent victories.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more difficult races of the day. There's speed galore. It's pretty hard to analyse who will be leading this at the end of a few hundred metres. But they're all in reasonably good form as well. Especially Bangkok Express was an outstanding win last start, and Seeker.
Well, it was caught wide, Bangkok Express last start. Had no right to win, but somehow did. Let's take a look at that victory now. As I said, caught wide throughout, but battled on strongly all the way to the line.
Down on the rails coming into the turn, and Polly Rio back there near the middle with Fairway to Venus running on as Hurricane Hound quickly races up to Park Lane. Ignition and Bangkok Express are closing the margin rapidly. 100 to go. Hurricane Hound joined by Ignition and now Bangkok Express. Bangkok Express on the outside, got the nose in front in the shadows of the post. It's Bangkok Express. About a half ahead Ignition, Polly Rio.
Just outstanding victory there by Bangkok Express. The same could be said for number 10, Seeker. Sat a bit close to the speed, but really pinged. It was a great victory, Adam.
Pulled to the middle of the course with its run at the 250 and Card Up Legend, the leader, a length and a half, Bangkok Express, but here comes Seeker. Kentucky Charm battling away on the fence. Seeker's got them though by the 100. Coco Cash flying home from the back of the field, but Seeker races away and scores by a length. Coco Cash, Bangkok Express held third. Paris of Troy might be fourth in from either Kentucky Charm, who toughed it out very well.
A really strong win there by Seeker and carried the 59.5 too. Gets in with the 54 kilos here. So that 5.5 kilos is going to make a big difference. Beat a horse I got a lot of time for as well in Coco Cash. The conditions didn't suit that day for Coco Cash. But for me, I've got this on top and I know you do as well. Tell us why you're backing it.
I just think with that amount of speed in this race, if Seeker is positioned just midfield like it was last start, carrying the 54 kilograms, its turn of foot is too good to be ignored, especially with that low weight. We've seen Kentucky Charm come from that race. It was a great winner at Geraldton yesterday. I just think Seeker will really be suited in this race.
Okay, number 7, Bangkok Express, we both got rated second in this race. I felt it had been pretty unlucky so far through its campaign. It hadn't really done a lot wrong. It finally got the victory. You saw the replay, and again, with just 51.5 kilos, I think it's right in the mix.
Yeah, and they'll probably sit it back as well. So probably in the same boat as Seeker, sitting off the speed with the 51.5 kilograms. It really should have that ping to get to the line. It was an outstanding victory last start.
Number 9, Mamaruchi, we both got rated third here. It's just an honest horse that always gives its best.
Yep, once it gets on speed, very hard to get past. Has to cross over from that wide barrier, and with that speed in the race, it might find this a little bit more difficult, but certainly is capable.
Okay, so selections for race number 3. I'm going with number 10, Seeker. From number 7, Bangkok Express. Number 9, throwing in as well in Mamaruchi. And then I've got number 2, Regal Rompo. I just think, again, with 55.5 kilos, can jump, run, and certainly be one to catch her throughout the race.
Yeah, same trifecta as you. 10 Seeker on top from 7 Bangkok Express. 9 Mamaruchi, and for 4th, I'm putting in the 5, Just Envy Her.
Race 4 at Ascot is Perth, race number 9, and it's a Group 3 race over 1,100 metres. The Jim Crack Stakes are scheduled to commence at 3 o'clock. Plenty of speed in this race, plenty of potential as well. Really looking forward to some of the battles.
Yeah, outstanding race. I think there's probably 3 really strong defined chances, that of Chansky, Military Rain, and Kentucky Lass. Of course, Kentucky Lass has drawn poorly, but the 2 favourites will be Chansky and Military Rain.
Well, let's go and have a look at those replays. Of course, last start at Chansky finished second in the listed Supremacy Stakes, was beaten by London Line by head. We'll look at the closing stages now.
To try and make ground, and then Dickey in the straight, 250 to go. London Line is just in front with Chansky letting down nicely, and then Gold Club nearer the inside, and now Dickey works into the clear, but Chansky has raced up to London Line, fighting back strongly though. London Line, Chansky, London Line, Chansky, London Line, a nose Chansky. George and Ernie might be third, a nose to Showy Chloe.
Fantastic performance by Chansky on that occasion, just weakened near the line. 2 Military Rain did the opposite. It was outstanding last start, really extended. Great victory on the 4th of March. We can have a look at that replay right now.
Rain closing the margin, a length and a half. Delicate Miss has done a mountain of work, and then Big Red Costa. 200 left to go. Sinesta the leader, 3/4 in front, but Military Rain kicks in now. Military Rain levels up, grabs the lead, pulls away, and Military Rain responding to Pike, draws away to win it over 2 lengths. Sinesta. Now Mary Abacus grabbed third late in the race on the outside of Big Red Costa. Pretty Sinjin.
A good win there by Military Rain, as you mentioned. Almost fell asleep in that race around the bend. Pike had to really kick it up. So I think, again, with that experience, going to be definitely harder to beat again in this race. And we've tipped both the way of the replays at number 1 Chansky on top for both of us, from number 2 Military Rain. What's your reasoning behind this?
I think Chansky, it was a great ride last start. She got into the 1 out position, that's Jerry Noski. I thought it was a great ride, but I think from this barrier she has to really go forward and try and take up this race and probably get outside of or ahead of Military Rain. And I think from that position she should have the advantage over Military Rain. Okay,
and then throwing in number 2 Military Rain, so again you're expecting another consistent performance.
Hard to weigh up those form lines, but down at the 54 kilograms, it'll be thereabouts. There's no doubt about that.
Number 4, Kentucky Lass, and we've both thrown this in. My only concern is that it's drawn out wide in barrier 10. We've seen that run on really well behind London Line. Didn't have any luck that day as well. I think just a bit of a freshen up. It's had a recent trial on the 9th of March as well. Going to be very hard to beat, but it just depends where Stephen Parnham is positioned.
Yeah, I think if this had drawn closer in, I would have been very keen on Kentucky Lass as a really good each-way chance. Just from that barrier, throws a bit of a spanner into the works. The talent of this horse is immense. Just where it gets him running is my concern.
Okay, so selections for race number 4, the Group 3 Jim Crack Stakes over the 1,100 metres. I'm going with number 1 Chansky, from number 2 Military Rain. Throwing in number 7 Showy Chloe, very impressed with its run behind London Line. And then number 4 Kentucky Lass.
Yep, same Quinella as you. Number 1 Chansky on top from 2 Military Rain, putting in the 4 Kentucky Lass in for 3rd, and for 4th, number 9 Dane Rips Girl.